Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asmawati and my student ID number A1M220087. In this debate motion this time, that is, this House would ban the physical punishment of children by parents. I will immediately present my argument against this motion. Physical punishment against children is the use of physical force with the aims of causing a child to feel pain or discomfort to a certain level. This corporal punishment can vary from ordinary to very severe punishment. For example, such as pinching, hitting with a hard object, even slapping. According to international and domestic law, a child is any person under the age of 18 years, and parents are the people who raise us from small to large, namely father and mother. Therefore, I will give 5 arguments that I agree with the motion this House would ban the physical punishment of children by parents. The first, international bodies have declared that corporal punishment is a violation of children's human rights, and that giving either corporal or otherwise is very dangerous for the child itself. For example, a child gets a score below the average as the parents do not give punishment to a child, which only needs to be done to provide an understanding to the child what makes his grade can go down. By doing the method, taking the cell phones so that the child is more focused and learning so that his grades can be even better. The second, surely we often hear stories from children that they often get physical punishment from their parents because they don't hear what their parents say. So their parents punish their children by hitting their calves and even pinching their ears. Surely people who do not know the problem will say children should be given such punishment so that they can listen to their parents' words. However, whatever their fault, parents have no right to give corporal punishment to their children. The third, giving physical punishment to children will cause behavioral disorder and even damage the child mentality. According to Professor Susan Moloney, President of the Pediatrics and Child Health Division of RACP and Professor at Grave University, corporal punishment that continues to become violent is in children will cause them to experience behavioral and mental problem in the long run. For example, giving punishment to children by using hard objects such as food or brooms or other objects will make uh, the child's mental future will be disturbed, causing children to have anxiety disorder, depression, and even personality disorder in the future. As a result, children often receive physical treatment from their parents. Therefore, there is no evidence that corporal punishment improves the development and health of children. In fact, children will be traumatized by anything because what they will do in their means will not be accepted by their parents. Therefore, parents are not allowed to give punishment to children. Either ordinary punishment or severe punishment, it is absolutely not allowed. And the last, many cases that parents give punishment as a reaction to the action committed by the child. After giving punishment, parents assume that it will deter their child and will not repeat it again. Yet, as we know, that giving punishment to children is not good treatment for the children themselves. Therefore, when children make mistakes, both intentional and unintentional, parents should not operate. That is, do not give children punishment, give them understanding so that children do not make any mistake. In conclusion, as parents, do not give physical punishment to children. Even though the punishment given is a mediocre punishment or a severe punishment, whatever mistakes they do should not be punished. It is enough to give them the understanding and discipline so that they do not make any mistake again. It is very important that we know that children are being shaped by their environment to become future person. If this dangerous thing continue, children are uh, subconsciously likely to do the same when they become parents. Therefore, it is important to prohibit corporal punishment of children by their parents. In addition, I will give five arguments that I do not agree with the motion. This House would ban the physical punishment of children by parents. The first, we often hear that giving punishment to children is a permissible act as long as the punishment is appropriate. For example, a child makes a mistake by losing an item. For example, losing a watch as a gift from his parents. Parents have the right to give punishment in the form of telling their children to look for the clock so that children no longer make the same mistake. It is also to teach children that mistake can be accounted for. It also teaches children to have a high sense of responsibility for a mistake he had made. Um, the second, according to Lars Delere, if physical punishment is needed not as a method but as a backup if other disciplinary methods don't work, then the effect will not be too bad on the child. The purpose of this reserve is to discipline children in the form of providing understanding to children so that children learn to work with moderate discipline tactics. For example, a child makes a mistake by hitting his friend, but his own friends it's a fault. As parents, they still punish their children by disciplining their children and telling them that all problem solving is not by hitting their friends or other people. However, there are other ways, for example, to solve the problem so that a fight does not arise between them. The third, other thing that appropriate corporal punishment can have a positive effect. This physical punishment is given so that children can be disciplined, have a strong mentality, and don't give up easily. The new Minister of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia, Mr. Muhadir Effendi, shared the same opinion. According to him, a hard education can form a child personality that is tough, mentally strong, and doesn't give up easily. So, physical punishment of children does not always have a negative effect on children. But this physical punishment is to make children calm, mentally strong, and not easily give up on something. The four, physical punishment is needed when a child violates the rules too severely. For example, if a child is caught smoking by his parents, We already know that what he did was a very fatal mistake, and the child deserves to be punished by these parents. Physical punishment is useful so that children do not repeat the same mistake. Um, and the less physical punishment to a child will make himself a child who has great power in the future against a problem at hand. This punishment is the form of disciplining the child so that the mistake he makes can be accounted for so that he will not repeat the same mistake that can harm himself. In conclusion, physical punishment against children may be carried out as long as it is in accordance with the mistake he made. This punishment should not be in the form of severe punishment. Parents give punishment by disciplining and telling that a mistake has been made must be accounted for so that the children can no longer make the same mistake. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.